Hey everybody, and welcome to the Slackers Podcast, Episode 2. We've got a nice episode for you today. Unfortunately, since we recorded outside, we've got a little bit of some wind noise going on. But if you just bear with me, I think it only gets really bad maybe 2 or 3 times. But if you just bear with it, I think you'll enjoy the episode. We've got a lot of nice topics to talk about today, and I really hope you enjoy the episode. So thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye. At Slackers Podcast, we want good times to last. At Slackers Podcast, we don't talk too fast. And if you don't like the way I talk, then you can lick my ass, 'cause I didn't ask. It's my fucking podcast. Alright, welcome to the Slackers Podcast, Episode 2. Today I am here in beautiful Montgomery Bell State Park in Dixon, Tennessee with my coworker Andy and his girlfriend Zoe. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
What's up, y'all? I'm Andy.
Hey, I'm Zoe.
Awesome. Very cool. So I've been working with Andy at Walmart for a while now, and he's interested to be in a podcast. I need guests, so here we are. Alright.
Yeah.
Intro's out of the way. How long have y'all been together?
A little over a year and a half.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I moved here from North Carolina to go to Lincoln Tech and get my welding degree and all that shit.
Very cool.
And first person I even meet on Tinder is this bitch.
There you go. This bitch. What? Hey, man.
She knows
He's
it's out of love
so
and
mean
respect.
to me, and now people are going to be able to see.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
They'll
believes
hear
me.
it, yeah.
Get behind closed doors, and she's the mean one, I promise you.
Awesome. Okay. Well, tell me about that welding shit, man.
Oh man, it was something else. Just Lincoln in general sucks ass.
Where's that at?
You know where Gallatin is?
Yeah.
It's right in the middle of Gallatin.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and hopefully we'll have listeners from all over the world,
Oh,
so
maybe
they
one
won't
day.
know. But it's in Middle Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad. I mean, the dean, she got fired, thank God, but she sucked ass.
When did she get fired?
About a year after I graduated.
Wish she would have gotten fired before.
At Tennessee, the University of Tennessee, we've had a lot of issues with our dean. We had one fired. We have a new one. Well, I don't know if they got fired. Well, they weren't interacting very well with the board, because college is a business.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was no communication at all. They only wanted money, and that was it.
Well, she had different goals. They were all about the money, and she was all about the students, so they fired
okay.
her
Well,
and got
good
this new
deal.
person. Yeah, I know, it's bullshit.
Damn, that's the one time you say, I don't want the dean fired. She's cool.
Yeah, she was cool. She
Yeah.
was cool. I loved going to school there. I hope to get to go back soon. But anyway, I've got a small list of topics to talk about today, and the very first one is scariest / life-threatening moments.
Oh man,
Yeah. And
I can think of a couple of
it's kind of hard to think about that with the birds chirping.
them. Yeah, just showing us how great life is.
It's
you
a
know.
beautiful sunny day today.
Oh
so.
man, it's great out here.
But
Sorry for y'all stuck in the house or some shit, but I mean.
there you go.
Whoops.
Isn't quarantine over?
No one cares
Not-
anymore.
Yeah, I don't think it's
That's
actually.
kind of how I got it.
Yeah, I don't think it's technically over, but nobody really gives a shit anymore.
Well, things are starting to open back up.
Yeah.
You
that
can,
and-
finally go and get your nails and hair done again.
My scariest life-threatening moment is going to Gatlinburg and standing shoulder to shoulder with people with no masks on.
Oh.
I'm gonna catch the Rona, man.
Oh man.
See, mine was on the way to Gatlinburg. Somebody threw a rock over an overpass when my mom was driving.
Jesus.
Yeah, like a big-ass
Smashed the
boulder.
windshield.
What the fuck?
Smashed the windshield, and when the guy came to repair it, he told my mom that there was the smallest layer of plexiglass or some shit that kept the rock from hitting my mother in the
Jesus
face.
fuck. Yeah, people die that way.
Yes, and somebody died
It was.
Christmas
yeah.
Eve or Christmas Day because of it.
I think it was Christmas Eve.
And it's like nobody can get caught for that. Nobody, you know, you don't really see who does that. I was ready to kick somebody's ass.
Yeah,
I was.
well, I would
I
be
kept
too.
telling my mom to
Hell
turn
yeah.
around, like I'm about to go fight somebody, but
That's
I don't-
fucked up. What
I
makes
don't-
people want to do
I don't
that?
see
I
how people
know.
think that's fun or
And
funny
it's like-
or anything.
Like,
Like,
let's-
they
huh,
targeted the
you
car.
know.
They had to look over the overpass, see
Hell
when we were
yeah.
getting over there to
You know,
throw it.
That's like attempted murder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah,
You'd
it
think
is.
there'd be a camera on those to catch people, you know?
Yeah, but you know,
Hell,
me and my
we've
mother.
been following this guy for 12 miles thanks to the cameras. Well, who threw a rock at my car? Well, you don't fucking know.
Jesus.
Like if it would have happened, me and my mom would have both, because we were in the far left lane, we would have both just bit the dust.
Shit.
It was not fun.
One time a turkey ran into my car.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times coming from Ashland City I've almost hit deer.
Oh yeah, I saw
But
some
a
deer
fucking
last night.
Turkey.
There, too many wild animals on the road.
Yeah. Well, this turkey, I don't know what he was thinking, but he just flew smack right into the windshield, and then like slid off the side and like flapped away really hard. It was hilarious. But so that I don't know if that's scary or life threatening, but
Did you get any feathers in your
It'd be
grill?
scary.
nah, it just hit the windshield.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
on
It would have scared the
driver's
shit
side.
out of me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I was coming back from Ashland City. It's about 45 minutes from here. I was working at Arcosa at the time, the shipyard. Damn. I was coming back home. It's pitch black. I think it was. I got off at 2:30, or I got off at. No, I got off at 1:30. I just always.
Semantics.
Shit happens. Fuck
He
it.
got off at some time.
It was late at night, dark. Just driving, and I wasn't. You know how whenever you think real hard, you can see something in your mind, and you're not really paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah,
around
you kind of
kinda
like zone
space
out. Yeah.
That happened.
It's like daydreaming.
Yeah, and I was going through this curvy road. It was like a double S,
Right.
and
All that road is just
I was
curves.
I was swooping left, and then it went straight, completely straight. And I was zoned out in the little daydream, and I look up, and I'm 3 feet from the guardrail going 60.
Oh fuck.
And man, when I tell you I whipped that motherfucker, I shit you not, dude. And I was so shaken up, I this close to start crying, because I was like, yeah, I would, because on the other side of that rail was nothing. Like, I mean, it was just a drop off over a hill. So I mean, I would have flew out the window, I'd have hit some trees, some shit. I wouldn't have been.
Yeah, that's
alright.
rough. It takes a real man to admit that he almost cried, but but never that he actually cried.
Oh yeah, no man actually cries
It's just if he almost does.
unless
Oh,
you're
man.
drunk.
I've got two.
Oh
You
my
just reminded me of
God.
two things. So, one time I was a teenager. I had like this rich friend, and they lived in Druid Hills, which is like behind the high school. It's like the rich area. Lots, and when I say hills, I'm talking like hills.
Yeah,
And it
Tennessee,
was this,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's here in Dixon. And
Oh, okay.
and well, one time it iced really good here. So, and they had these old school sleds, like with the metal rails
Hell yeah,
made out of wood
Rosebud.
and shit. So we went and hung out with them, and his dad took us all, like me and my friend and like his brother and like a bunch of their friends too. And we were sliding down these hills on these fucking death traps, right? But like, it's like straight fucking drop-offs on the
Yeah,
edges.
normal kid shit.
It's ridiculous, and his dad took
Normal
us out
teenager
there.
shit.
Yeah.
It was so scary, and there were some places where the ice wasn't like so thick, and it was actually concrete instead on the road.
Yeah.
And whenever the metal hit that,
was
you'd see
sparks.
sparks and shit.
Oh.
Yeah, and we would be flying down this fucking hill, and on the edges of the road, both sides of the road, just like a straight drop off into fucking like, I mean, you'd probably get stabbed by a bunch of twigs or
Yeah.
trees poking out of the ground.
Yeah.
Well, I ended up fucking eating shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, the only reason I did is
As
because
all good stories go.
I like approached the edge, and I was freaking out because you can't control.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to turn them a little bit. There's little
Hell no.
handles.
No, those don't work.
Oh, fuck no.
No.
They make it look like it turns, but
I
when
think
you're
it's
going
just
that
for like
fast on
aesthetic
some
purposes,
ice,
just to be
you ain't
cute.
going nowhere.
So basically, what I did was I noticed I was gonna fall off into this death hole, and so I did like a roll over my back off of the thing. The fucking thing goes flying down into this hole. You're like flipping around, and I got yelled at by my friend because he was like, "Why the fuck did you do that?" I was like, "I didn't want to die."
Like, I didn't mean for it to go down there. I mean,
Like your friend was more upset
Would
that
you
you
rather-
lived.
Also,
Oh,
this
man.
is in like the dead of night too. It's like
Oh, wow.
dark outside. I guess because that was when it was coldest, so when
Yeah.
the ice was the
Yeah.
best. I don't know, but and then he ended up fucking yelling at me and going down and getting the sled. So that was cool. Another time, same friend. I was coming home from his house. We used to be real close, me and this guy. We're not anymore.
Yeah.
It's a long
Yeah,
story.
right.
Long story involving betrayal and theft.
Ooh,
Oh
wow.
shit.
Another
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, well, maybe one day I'll air that dirty laundry, but anyway.
Hey, that's what we can call it. Dirty laundry.
Yeah, dirty laundry, yeah. I was coming home from his house one morning. This is when I was driving a Bronco. Fucking coolest car ever. They're my favorite trucks.
Hell yeah.
I wasn't even, we were teenagers. We weren't drinking yet or smoking yet or anything. I guess I was just tired, or maybe I was looking at my phone. But I look up, and it's hilly, and it's shit around there. It's curvy.
Yeah.
I look up, and all of a sudden, I'm inside a ditch. The Bronco's badass. And I jump somebody's driveway
Oh shit.
and land in the other side of the ditch.
Oh.
And then I'm fucking freaking out.
Yeah, you
and
just damn ran some shit.
All I had to do is just like turn the wheel and get back on the road, because that's how cool the truck is.
Hell yeah.
but,
Broncos.
but dude, it scared the shit out of me. I was
Hell
like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
definitely.
I could have died. Like,
Hell yeah. God almighty.
other than that, I don't think that I have very many
Um,
stories.
I really have stories about other people more than myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
But another near-death experience. For some reason, mine happened in the car. I'm not a bad driver, I
Always.
promise you. But, well, I'm not the worst. But, damn, I was on my way up here to go to college. The first time I ever drove, out of state, 7.5 hours. Ended up being 10 because my GPS died, and I couldn't charge it. I had to go an hour and a half out of my way trying to find some kind of charger that would work for this damn. It was an old ass archaic type GPS. I got
Alright.
it from my grandma. But I'm going. I'm sitting there, and I admit this.
It wasn't even a Garmin, man.
I swear, it wasn't, man. It was some dumb shit.
Why didn't you just use your phone?
Cause I didn't have all that data.
Oh.
It's 8.5 hours.
Well,
Shit.
you know it's mostly just you go straight for about 3 hours and
I
straight
didn't
for
know
another
that.
2. And
Gotcha.
I mean, it's a couple hundred miles of just one stretch.
Yeah,
but
it's just 40.
I'm on that stretch, and I'm sitting there. I admit this was definitely my fault. This is when Stay Off Your Phone comes into play. I was trying to change the song. Here comes another guardrail up on my left, real hard.
Oh my God, viewing these guardrails.
I know, I was
swear to
about to
God.
say.
Fuck, dude.
We got a vengeance together.
I don't
Vengeance.
trust you. A vengeance.
My English ain't the best, if you can tell by my accent. I was
There you
raised
go.
in the sticks.
You're overdoing it. Stop trying so hard.
I'm telling you.
You
get
don't
a
need to
couple more of
overdo it,
those.
honey.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can hear it enough.
I'm trying to get out of it, but hey, Tennessee just brings it out.
Tennessee's a
Especially
great
when
place.
we go to Kentucky.
So you almost died on another guardrail.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man, I was in a wreck.
I was
I
in a wreck too.
completely
I was about to
forgot
talk
about
about
that.
my wreck too. You go ahead.
We was coming home from school. It was me. Okay, there's 2 cars of dudes. All my roommates, they're pretty cool. And then one of them I don't like, so I just call him Dickbag.
There you go.
And Paris was
So-
with me, though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
At y'all's
Paris.
apartment.
Paris had done took
Yeah,
off
'cause
in his.
I was already at
'cause
his
we were
place.
basically racing 3 cars,
Okay.
kind of,
You're racing.
unofficially.
Well, Paris he goes so fast.
Yeah, he had a Monte Carlo, and that motherfucker just took
And
off. It was
He's a
beautiful,
great driver.
dude.
He can just whip
I
into a
swear,
lane and be perfect in it.
NASCAR style
Like
shit.
he can go around
But-
curves.
So
Very cool.
I'm jealous.
I'm in Tyler's car. Tyler's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. Desmond's in the back. And then Dickbag and G are in the other car. Okay, I know y'all at home can't see this, but I'm gonna set up a little model of how these cars go.
A pack of cigarettes and a lighter. These are the
I'll
cars.
get some
Okay.
cigarette. Okay, here's a cigarette and a bottle
gonna say,
cap.
I was
All
gonna
right,
say,
good. We got items.
All right, we got a whole diorama
I'll
here.
try to do a mental picture for y'all.
Here's another
Okay.
car behind y'all.
So, since it's Marlboro Reds, okay, they're in the far left lane.
Okay.
This is a red Charger that just so happened to be in the bad area. Okay? White lighter. Me, Tyler, and Desmond. We are not in the very next lane, but we are in the very next lane to the right. And it's something like this, we're not next to the dude, we're kind of behind him.
You're like in his blind spot.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here comes Dickbag and G, just for some god-awful reason. I mean, this is not like 10 feet between me and this next car. And he tries to go from the left lane to the right lane and switch in front of us,
Oh.
and then just take the fuck off.
In between you.
Yeah, in between
Yeah.
us. Like, he's not even like, there is no room for a car unless you're going sideways
Well, and it was a
through that
truck.
shit.
It's like some Fast and Furious
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, it was his, it was like an Altima or some shit.
Okay.
Oh, it was his
But
stupid white
He
car.
comes out this way, and I guess there's traffic there. He doesn't want to get in that lane, what the fuck ever. But he starts doing this serpentine shit,
Jesus.
and he hits the wall, bounces off and turns sideways, rolls backwards into a light pole. And
Fuck, man.
this Charger knew it was happening, so he got the fuck out of Dodge. He ends up hitting me and Tyler's car, just scraping the side of it, and we go off into the grass, and we finally come to a stop when we hit Dick Bag's car,
Fuck.
because it was sideways, and we just basically T-boned that shit. And the only thing that happened was the Altima was completely fucking wrecked.
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
Nobody got hurt though.
G hurt his knee
Okay.
for like a day. I mean, it
wow.
was
so
real
really
sore.
nothing happened. That's great.
Yeah,
They made him
Except
go-
with the car.
we were all
They
fine.
made him
Cars
go
were
to the
fucked. Yeah, they
hospital,
got an
and
ambulance
so-
out there and shit. We went and picked him up. Like, I'm talking about I mean, he's a skinny beanpole dude, but
Tall.
he's tough. Okay,
Yeah,
I've seen him go through a little bit. Okay, just in the little time that I actually witnessed him being here, but he got out and he started limping. He was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I used to play football. You know, shit happens. It's good. I'm good." And I look over and he's in tears. I'm like, "Gee, they're getting an ambulance for you. You're getting in it and you're going to the hospital."
Damn.
But I mean, he wasn't buckled in or nothing. So I mean, it was.
He never. I
shit
just
was
have to
happening.
yell at him in my car. I don't play
But-
that game.
I think.
I think maybe the wind is messing us up right now because the waveforms are just all up and down. I'm gonna let it calm down for a minute. But that's a good transition into. Okay, yeah, it was just the wind. A nice ambiance.
Yeah.
That's a good transition into injuries.
Mhm.
But also, I was in a 3-car pileup with one of my ex-girlfriends that I caused. I was in the Bronco.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord.
Fucking
Is that what
Bronco.
happened to the Bronco?
Well, yeah, I mean,
In the end.
well, no. Well, the Bronco was the only one that drove away.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Cool.
so I was fucking arguing with this guy. I wasn't even arguing. He made a funny comment, and I was trying to comment back at him on Facebook. Old friend of mine, and my dick bag, that friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Facebook beefs.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even a beef. He was just being funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was trying to comment back at him, and when I looked up, I was inside an Equinox. Yeah.
I like how it's when you look up.
Yeah, you look up, you're already
notice-
there. It's
You
like,
notice that I'm in the ditch or
Yeah,
I'm
shit.
inside this vehicle.
So I'm like, there's the first impact, and then not even a second later. So I just got done with a date with my ex, and I was in a suit, and she was in a pretty dress. So I was driving this fucking Bronco in a suit, and not really a suit, like a suit jacket, you know. But,
Yeah.
so
Fancy.
first,
Windbreaker.
then like not even a second later, I feel the next impact behind me. I'm like,
Oh,
wait,
shit.
who's behind me? That is my girlfriend.
Oh,
fuck.
damn.
So the Bronco is just able, like, so the guy I hit drove off and parked somewhere.
Yeah. So he was able to roll a little bit.
I think he might have just rolled because I know his car got towed
yeah.
away.
Damn.
So I parked and I jump out that bitch like I'm James Bond or some shit.
Hell
Because
yeah.
I'm like, and I just sprint back to her car and make sure she's all right. But anyway,
Yeah.
3-car pileup, I caused it.
Damn.
And then
Your girlfriend was in it.
my
Your
girlfriend
at the time.
my girlfriend, yeah, she rammed into my ass, and I had a 1/4-inch thick steel
it the first time.
steel pipe bumper on the back of the Bronco. She was in a tiny Chevy Sonic,
Oh, man.
and her car was totaled, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
destroyed.
Was she good?
Yeah, well, we were both fine. Nobody really got
No
hurt.
scratches, no
The guy
dings,
that
no
I
dents?
hit says that his back hurt.
Oh,
and
wow, of
ended
course.
up suing my dad and her dad for $1 million.
Son of a bitch.
Did
Yeah.
you get it?
No, of course not. He didn't
That's
get it.
Oh, okay,
stupid.
okay.
No, but we only got the lawsuit. We
Shit.
only got the lawsuit a year later because the statute of limitations was almost up, and he didn't get
Okay.
any money at first. So
Yeah.
fuck him. Anyway, we weren't together when we
I
got
bet
the
his
lawsuit.
back wasn't even hurting.
Oh, no.
Yeah, probably not.
He's like, oh my back
Why would you.
hurts."
A Bronco and you try to sue for $1 million? Come on now.
I mean, for real. Yeah, I ain't got that
And
kind of.
that's
Half
like
a mil,
suing for
shit.
$1 million. That's so dumb.
A small loan right there. I mean, come on now.
all right. But yeah, injuries.
Um,
I've got an injury right now.
what is that? Oh, yeah. Sore spot, sorry.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So I wake up the other day, and my balls hurt really bad. Yeah.
Best way to start your morning.
Yeah, I know. I mean, my God, dude, I couldn't even get out of bed. It hurt like fuck. It just happens occasionally. Like my nuts will hurt. I'll be like, oh, that sucks. I just thought this is a thing that guys deal with. It's not.
No.
No.
I've never had that happen.
It's not. And
Well, I did when I was little, but I think I just had to pee real bad.
there you go.
Or I sat on it.
So
and didn't know.
look. This is gonna be kind of crass, but I was like, maybe I have a backup right now.
Yeah.
So I tried to relieve my backup, and that didn't help. Still hurt like fuck. I skipped work. I went to the emergency room. It turns out I have this thing called an inguinal hernia,
Oh,
which
shit.
basically means your guts are leaking into your nutsack.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very slight. It's very small, and it's
Yeah.
just starting. But I gotta find a doctor and get some surgery, like.
Yeah.
Damn, you just got
immediately.
surgery. Fuck.
But yeah, that's my current injury. I have.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I got so many broken bones and shit.
I've never broke a bone.
You never broke a bone?
Never in my life.
What kind of injuries have you had?
I mean, I ran over my toes with a pallet the other day.
Oh my god.
That shit fucking sucked. I was carrying the damn Fun Pops, those little icy shits you put in the freezer.
Yeah.
Man,
The
it
Otter
was
Pops?
yeah, it was like 2 fucking big old things of them. And I mean, you look at the thing, it's like 5. Not 5 foot. It's like 3 feet deep. You know, maybe 6 feet around. It's full, just packed with nothing but freezer pops. And there was 2 of them stacked on each other, and I'm pulling the sumbitch backwards, and my foot slips under the wheel, and I feel it roll up on my toes and roll back over. They're fine now, but they was bruised the next day.
Yeah.
His pinky toe was swollen.
Hell yeah.
Ouch,
like-
man. That sucks.
I can walk on it now, so fuck it.
But no other notable like injuries that like affected you?
I mean, I've got scars and stuff, but I don't have. Nah, I mean, I've knocked the wind out of myself.
Yeah. Well, there you go. What
uh,
about you, Zoe?
No.
No injuries.
Well, it wasn't really an injury, but while I was marching, my shoulder dislocated. It's not really
You were in band or something?
marching band, yeah.
Cool.
And I played the flute, so my arm was like this, and it was this shoulder.
Uh-huh.
So my arm being all the way back, it happened in like the middle of the show. So I'm sitting there, my shoulder hurts like a bitch, and I'm just marching. I'm not playing anything at this point. I'm kind of just looking.
just walking around.
Yeah, I'm just kind of doing that, and I'm like doing little finger movements to make it look like I'm doing something. Because if not, the judges would kind of be like, hey,
Yeah.
what's that one doing? But afterwards, I had to get one of the guys to pop it back in. And that
Ouch.
just wasn't a fun game anyways, because half the people got sick because of the food from the mall.
All right, sun's coming out. Let's migrate.
Alright, that's cool. I was wondering what we was doing.
All right, I'm gonna mute this. I'm gonna cut it out. We're gonna move to a different chair now. Okay, and we're back. Still
Not too
talking
bad.
about injuries. Andy just tasted a Natty Daddy for the first time.
I just laughed at the name.
It's got a lingering taste.
It's gross. It's not good beer.
Why
Lingering
you drink
taste
it?
of ass.
Is it cheap?
Yeah, it's real cheap, man.
Okay.
This
That's
is
why.
like the cheapest, best way to get drunk.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
8%. Oh damn.
Yeah.
So that's
Yep.
your...
I'm sitting here
I'm just
sipping on a
getting drunk.
Diet
I'm just
Dr.
gonna-
Pepper.
What was the last thing we talked about? Let's see.
injuries.
Zoe's
Yeah.
Dislocated
band
shoulder.
injury.
That
Okay.
sounds so lame.
Nah. Hey, I know a lot of cool people that
Hey, if you just say band, it makes you
were
seem
in
like you're
band,
using
are
a
in band.
I mean, I was in color guard for a little while. I ended up quitting because the instructor was a bitch.
Oh.
Like, she would literally just talk shit about the other guard girls.
That
Like,
sucks.
in front of us. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, look at
Like,
you, honey. You
right
can't
here.
talk.
Oh my god.
Like, you can't. She brought food to practice every single day.
I had a teacher
Multiple,
like that.
it'd be like a full bag of Sonic food, and she would just be, like, eating it on the field, in the back of the field, trying to tell us what to do. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, the wind. It'll go away when it calms down.
yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry guys, shit happens.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get back on track. A bee just flew into my hair,
Yeah, I think we flew into mine earlier.
so that was a life-threatening, scary moment.
And you know, I got hell shit.
I got hit in the face
oh,
with the
yeah.
guard flag. I was terrified.
Jesus.
Well, you have to toss them up in the air, and I wasn't that good at catching them.
I got fucked up by a tree one day.
A tree fucked you up?
Yeah.
It's really tough when you get your ass beat by a tree. You
Right.
know. How'd that happen?
That bark is something else. Damn. Okay, I know y'all can't see it at home, but I got this scar on my right hand pointer finger.
Mhm.
It's right on my damn knuckle. My dumb ass thinks it's funny, to go in the woods and break glass bottles and then just do dumb shit. And me and a buddy, okay, his name is Jeffrey. Jeffrey, if you out there, what's up, bro? Smash this bottle on the tree, and my dumbass thinks it's a good idea to stab the tree with the broken bottle.
It just really pissed you off.
I'd seen it in movies, so I figured it was cool.
It's
you know, I mean,
like the
everybody
Wizard of
does it.
Oz.
Why
like,
that specific
it was
tree?
fucking throwing apples at you or
Right.
something. Yeah.
Stupid bitch. But
Stupid
Carol
bitch.
Baskins.
God.
But I broke the bottle on the tree, disrespected it in that point, and then I was like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Stabbed some. There's a piece of glass that decided he wanted to stay in that tree and then run himself into my finger. Because,
There you
you
go.
know, the glass broke. I'm still, thrusting forward. And I hit a tree.
So it was the glass.
Yeah,
Self-induced,
technically.
Completely self-induced injury.
Oh, yeah. But
No, the tree was just getting back at you.
yeah, it was karma. Instant karma. But Jeffrey's house was maybe a 6-minute walk. Okay, I left a blood trail from the middle of the woods to his house, and then my house was about a 25-minute walk. I left a blood trail all the way there
Oh my
and all
God.
the way to my house. I mean, I'd wrapped it up, but it was still like dripping through.
How did you not like bleed out and die?
I mean, it kept going for 2 hours after that.
Jesus.
So I mean, I held my hand up, tie a little string around that bitch, but it's still bled, and now I got a scar.
All right.
I've got a ton of scars, but that's about it.
Well, we still got some more stuff to talk about here. The next thing on the little list that I made for today is anime and cartoons. I don't know how much y'all know about that.
Okay.
I know Andy said that he's an anime fan once to me at work, so.
Yeah. I can't really say that I'm an anime fan
He likes
because I don't. That's not the only one though. I mean, that's the big one that everybody would know. I just recently started trying to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
I can't get into that.
Thanks to PewDiePie. I mean, it is so over the fucking top. I'm trying to watch it to wait till it'll get good. I'm watching the 2012 edition shit.
See, I don't even know. They got like different names.
Yeah, I mean, one of them was like back in the 90s. One of them's today. Like, I don't.
My brother
it's hard
told me
to
that
keep up
JoJo
with.
actually started in the 70s.
Yeah, like it.
Well, it was a manga, and then like.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
of all the shit that comes up nowadays was a manga at one point.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I like Naruto. If I could have the time to watch it, I would watch Dragon Ball. But there's so many Dragon Balls, man. And One
there's
Piece
tons and
is
tons
the
of
same.
episodes.
I fucking love One Piece, but I can't. I've never seen the whole thing.
I'm pretty sure that One Piece and Dragon Ball were created by the same guy,
I think so.
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, something like that.
Well,
One of the
I'm
names.
a big, huge nerd. I could talk about Dragon Ball forever and ever. I love it. It's my current obsession. I'm so into Dragon Ball right now. It's not even funny.
See,
there's a bunch of them.
Time for another cigarette, huh?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
A cigarette break. There's a bunch of them on Netflix that I was into. You know, they've only got like 1 season, 2 seasons, fucking 15, 20 episodes each.
Of what?
Just
One
just-
Piece or?
no, just of like certain ones that I found that aren't anywhere else but Netflix, really.
Yeah.
And they're not really popular or mainstream or anything. Like, what is it? Roanoa and something like
There
that.
you go.
Kenshi. Kenshi Homura, something like that.
I got
And
it.
it's a backwards blade, dude. And that, honestly, it looks like 70s style.
Oh, cool. so
Like
it's
Sailor
animated,
Moon type style.
Like old. My mom used to watch Sailor
Yeah.
Moon. She told me about that.
And it is badass, man. I love it. It's the principle's great, the story's great. I mean, it's got a bunch of cool action and all that, and it's a great story all around.
My brother has been obsessed with this show called Assassination Classroom.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about it. Apparently, they're in this school where they learn how to be assassins, and
It sounds familiar.
if they don't kill their teacher by the end of the school year, he's gonna blow up the earth or some shit. Yeah, so they all have guns and shit in school. It's a weird image. It is.
I've probably seen it
Wait, so,
scrolling
like-
through Facebook.
I was gonna say, why don't they just kill him?
Well, they can't. He's just
He's-
super good.
he's
He,
a master
Oh.
they all
assassin.
shot at
Oh,
him.
that scared me. Hey, buddy.
Oh wow, look at that thing.
What's that? Damn caterpillars getting everywhere.
I thought I felt something on my arm.
So there was a caterpillar that showed up.
He's cute.
Man, I saw this thing called a house centipede.
Oh God.
They're terrifying. It's like a cockroach and a centipede had a baby.
Yeah, they
It's
are.
disgusting.
I'd rather get shot in the foot.
That thing was super fast. It was probably going. I mean, oh my God, yeah. It sat still for a long time, and as soon as I got the jar to catch it, I thought I couldn't tell which side was the front.
Yeah,
started-
I've never been able to tell one.
It started running off real fast. It scared the shit out of me. I finally caught it, took it outside. Yeah.
I would have killed it.
I can't.
Well, no, I don't like killing things unless I'm
Bugs?
like hunting or fishing, you know. But,
Yeah,
Go
if you're
hunt
gonna,
for some of them.
if you're gonna use the meat and all that, and you're gonna actually.
Well, I've never actually been like properly hunting.
Yeah. Neither have I. I've always wanted to go. I've loved the idea of it and everything. As long as you know, use your meat and you don't just
And not just do it just to do it. Just to be
Yeah.
like, oh hey, look, I killed this
like,
animal.
look at this trophy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I agree.
That's nuts on you.
Yeah, if I did kill something, I would want to like eat it, you know.
Yeah, like
Because otherwise, I would feel really shitty about it. There was this one time I was a kid and I threw a frog across the yard.
Oh man.
Aw.
Yeah.
did you feel bad?
No, I did. I was a small kid and I was like, I have power over this creature, and I threw it. And its little arms and legs were like outstretched, and it was doing. Yeah, it was disgusting. I'm very disappointed in myself.
Yeah, there was one time I had a bow and arrow at my grandparents' house, and it had blunt tips on there, you know, just little practice tips, so I couldn't kill myself or my brother or anything, and my
Couldn't kill
or my
brother.
sister, cousin, dog, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Didn't kill my grandma.
Your
Yeah.
brother, cousin, sister, brother?
No, my brother. I had a brother and a cousin and a sister, and you know, I had the bow and arrow. I've never, you know, actually hit anything I was aiming for. So I seen this little bird, and I was like, oh, cool, I'm gonna hit this bird. Lo and behold, I actually hit the bird. Okay, but the thing that really messed me up about it, I hit its tail. And that motherfucker whipped around so hard that it hit its head on the shaft, and it busted its head open. Like, I watched that happen. It did not hit that bird in the head, okay? But I seen it, you know, little, like, flapping a little bit for a second.
Ouch.
I hated it. And then, you know, I'd always heard, you know, don't touch birds, don't touch nests and stuff, because they got bugs and all that, parasites and shit.
See, I was just told it's
So-
because the mom would just fuck off and leave the bird.
That's
Yeah.
actually a myth.
I heard
Is
that
that
too.
true?
No, that's actually a myth.
Okay. I was about to say, please tell me.
I know, I
no.
read it on Facebook, so it's true.
I read it on Facebook, so I know.
But I was trying to pick it up with some sticks, because, you know, I'd heard parasites, don't touch birds. So I was trying to pick it up with some sticks, and this
Edward
motherfucker's a limp.
Stickhands. Yeah.
It's a limp noodle. So I
Oh.
mean, it's just falling out every time I pick it up. And my grandpa eventually sees me, and he comes out there, and he's all huffing and puffing and stuff. We used to do like the OK symbol, because it meant he was an asshole.
Oh.
'Cause it was like just when he's not looking, we stick it up, asshole.
Looks like an asshole, I guess.
Right. But he's chilled out now. I think he's on Xans or something.
There you go.
But he come out there huffing and puffing, took the bird and threw it over the fence, and I felt real bad. You know, like I'd done a little crossover myself, and was like, oh please forgive me, Lord, and all this stuff. And it was a time. I was like maybe 10 or 11. It really fucked me up
Shit.
at the time.
That reminds me, one time I was walking down the road with my best friend Weston, and we saw this squirrel get hit by a truck, but it was still alive. It's kind of like rolled and twisted, and this thing was like suffering, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, leave that thing alone, but Weston was just insisting. He was like, we have to kill this animal. We
Put
have
it
to
out of
kill
its
this
misery.
animal.
Yeah.
And so he takes this fucking rock,
Oh,
and I was
God.
I was like, please don't do this. Don't do this right now.
I mean, that's nature right there at
He-
that point.
he
I'm
fucking-
walking away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
He grabs this rock, and he just smushes its head. And there was blood.
Where's Weston now?
Oh, he
Prison?
no. He's
Sorry, Weston.
he works for a construction company,
Oh,
and
okay, so he's a
doing
normal dude.
he's doing real good for himself. He's got a baby, another one coming real soon.
Oh, is that the friend you was talking about at work together?
Yeah, he's
Hell
a good
yeah.
good guy, best friend since kindergarten. One time
yeah.
I punched him in the back of the head over because he made fun of my leather jacket one day.
Made fun of my leather jacket.
Man, if I could just have a whole episode to myself, I could sit here and tell you for 2-3 hours nothing but me and my friend Hunter.
Oh my.
Man,
That's an idea. We
Snell Starnes, look him up on Facebook. That motherfucker is the funniest goddamn person I've ever met in my whole life, and he is my brother.
I was gonna say, just don't follow him on Snapchat, cause Lord,
Oh
my
Boy,
God.
his stories are like 10 minutes long.
and
I
then
don't
it's
even
just
get
him
on Snap
driving,
anymore.
and then him drinking, and then him being like,
But
drinking
shit
and
happens.
driving's not good.
well,
not-
not drinking and driving.
He gets
Okay.
home and
He gets
drinks, and then he gets drunk and does like a 10-minute story. But He's the coolest dude.
and then does
hey,
a 10-minute story.
And he's a
Literally.
damn good dude, so if there's any single ladies out there, look him up.
That's also
please.
on his story a lot.
Hey,
I'm
he's-
single.
He
No,
needs
Single
he's
AF.
like, he's like, why am I still single? I'm such a great guy.
Jeez, man, that's. I mean, I don't
I
know.
love him.
We'll die.
So I guess fuck cartoons. We're talking about dead animal stories.
Okay.
You got a dead animal story, Zoe?
Oh, Hunter's got a dead animal story.
All right,
I
let's hear
don't
it.
think I do, honestly.
Okay, so I'm sure he's fine with me telling this story. He's the shit. I'm sure he doesn't give a fuck. But so he's maybe 5, 6 years old at his grandma's house, and they got a little kitten and they got a little bird bath.
Oh my
And that's completely fucking ironic too, by the way, is him washing the cat in a bird bath.
God. Oh my god.
He's washing the cat in the bird bath, trying to give it a bath and all that stuff. You know, cats don't like water, so it's sitting there clawing and scratching at him and all that stuff. And eventually, he just holds it under the water for a second, and it stops, and he continues to give it a bath. And what was it?
I don't like
No,
where
they
this is going.
I didn't have to call him nothing.
We already know what happened to the kitty.
He continues. Yeah, you already know by the end of the story what happens.
Well, by the middle of it.
Yeah. He takes the cat out of the bath, sets it on the ground, tries to wait for it to dry off a little bit. And, he's 5 or 6. He doesn't understand this stuff.
Right.
It's like kindergarten age. And he's like, come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. And then his fucking grandma walks out there and is like, yo, what's up? What happened? And she's like, I tried to give the cat a bath and the cat's not moving no more. He's not coming to me.
Oh my god.
And she's like, Hunter, you killed the cat. And he just starts bawling. Oh, man.
That's so sad.
The worst thing
yeah,
I did
it
to my
sucks,
cat
but
was,
hey, dead animal stories.
the
Yeah.
worst thing I ever did to my cat was dress her up in Build-A-Bear clothes. So
Oh man, when I was a little kid, I shoved my cat Hobo.
Man, poor
His
Hobo.
name is Hobo. I shoved him into a fucking coffee can and closed the lid and rolled him across the floor.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was fucking cruel to animals. I really was.
good lord.
Yeah, I know, man. It's sad.
That's why if I see, like, somebody that got rid of their dog because their kid was jumping on the dog and the dog bit the kid, that's your fucking fault, dude. You let your kid jump on your dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
you gotta
that-
watch
come on.
children around animals.
A dog
That's
is
true.
not going to know, that's
know-
a baby, don't hurt it. It don't know what it's doing.
Well,
it says, hey, that
I-
bitch just hurt me.
I've heard people who are saying if my dog ever bites my kid, I'm gonna fucking kill it.
I mean, I understand if it's out of absolutely no reason your dog just
Yeah.
decides to go nuts one day. Okay,
Well,
that's a
if the
legitimate
kid's just
reason.
sitting on the ground and the dog just comes up and attacks it, yeah, that's a reason.
But I mean, if my kid is smacking my dog
I
in
wouldn't
the
kill
face,
it. I'd just get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if it was that bad, but
Yeah.
I think that I could forgive it one time if my baby wasn't
yeah, if it was one time with a little nip, okay, cool, whatever. Shit
I'd
happens.
probably hit the dog.
Yeah, just smack him on the ass or some shit, bop him on the nose.
Yeah, yeah.
Bop, bop.
Yeah.
My mom had to kill her dog when she
Oh,
was.
my God.
She was listen. This
This is so depressing.
This is.
I know.
Okay, we'll get to lighter-hearted stories in a minute.
Let's
but
talk about like a live puppy.
it was like old Yeller style. The dog was a German Shepherd, y'all, purebred, and it killed a fucking cow,
Oh my god.
a fully grown cow. Took that thing down.
What did it do? Like bite its neck?
Don't ask me. It was my mom's
I
story.
feel like it would
She
have
was
had
a
to
teenager.
jump straight up at its throat.
Oh, I mean, it
like,
murdered a cow. And her dad was like, look, well, in her mind, because she was, a teenager at that point, so she understood life and death at that moment. So, she was like, one day, today a cow, tomorrow an old lady.
yeah.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah.
Like if
So
the dog
rather
could
not
kill a
take that
cow,
chance. Yeah.
it could easily kill a human
So
being.
she went out there with a shotgun, old Yeller style.
Man.
But
That sucks.
shit happens. I mean,
My dad's had to
Life.
shoot plenty of his dogs because he lived in Kentucky. And
Yeah, that's so sad.
They were all on the road. One got hit by a car, and he saw
North
it happen, and
Carolina,
he had to
if you-
go and shoot it.
if you grow up in the sticks in the trailer park,
Okay.
I'm just seeing how many I got left.
Gotcha. I'm done talking about dead animals.
Yeah,
this,
let's okay.
this is making me sad. I don't need that in my life right now.
Let's talk about
Okay.
puppies.
Okay,
Let's
well,
talk
now
about-
the next thing I got is have you guys? So the PlayStation 5 just got revealed,
Hell yeah, that Wi-Fi router.
like a couple days ago or something like that. I think it looks cool,
it does.
but I'm still gonna get the Xbox instead
I like the memes
Nah,
about
you want
it.
that.
yeah, the
Really?
memes are funny. I'm over this PlayStation versus Xbox shit.
I am too. I don't care which one you do. I prefer personally PlayStation.
I like the Xbox because I'm a Halo fan. That's
Yeah.
honestly,
There you
that's
go.
it. There you go,
See,
PlayStation
like-
boys. You can have it.
And that's
You win.
that's another thing is the games too. Like there's some
It's
games that are on
different,
PlayStation, there's some games that are on Xbox. I mean, if that's your preference, and especially with video games, because you like what you like.
That's true.
I mean, it's how it is.
In every area of life.
Oh, yes. Everyone. Talking to
I
you
just
guys.
can't believe that
Oh,
the
my girls.
Xbox came out looking like this fucking brick, and then the PlayStation comes out and it looks fucking so cool.
It's like futuristic looking.
Yes, it's neat, and I'm just like, why Xbox? Why did you reveal your shit so early? Like,
I like
we're gonna
it.
get made fun of for the next 6 or 7 years because of this.
Yeah. I do like it, but it was completely underwhelming.
The
I don't-
Xbox or the
the
PlayStation?
PlayStation.
The PlayStation
yeah.
reveal.
Xbox, honestly, I don't keep up with because I prefer PlayStation, but I do like to be in the loop. And I
Word.
was, I've seen the Xbox. It looks like a damn brick, which is, hey, I mean, if it plays your fucking games,
If you like
and
bricks.
I heard a rumor that you can actually turn it on to PC mode and just have a Windows 10 computer like built into it.
fuck yeah.
What?
If that's the truth, then you'll have access to like
Yeah.
Steam and like
Hell yeah.
a bunch of other stuff.
If you
But I'm
can-
not sure if that's gonna be true. But I also heard this shit that like
Why just
they're not
convert it,
even
man?
gonna change the current. You know, when you turn it in this the dashboard
Yeah.
and how you get
like
to all
the
your apps
main
and stuff.
menu and stuff.
It's like it's gonna look the same as the current one, and they're not gonna make a new one. Yeah, isn't
For
that
what,
stupid?
Oh, that
Xbox?
makes like
for
no
Xbox.
point.
So I'm just
I mean-
counting off reasons why the Xbox is worse than the PlayStation, but standing firm in that
Standing firm that I love Xbox.
I'm
I
still
don't
gonna get
think-
the Xbox.
I've had
Honestly,
both
I don't
systems,
think either
so-
one is worse than the other. I think they're on equal pedestals. Some have better, I mean, like they both have their
Advantages and
advantages.
disadvantages.
Yeah, that shit.
Well, I also heard that the new Xbox is actually like a lot stronger than the new PlayStation, like
Really?
specs wise.
Yeah.
So if that's true, that's a big plus.
Oh yeah.
But also, who's gonna develop for that? You know, because if they want their games to come out on both things, it's gonna be like the same thing. But
Yeah.
maybe the exclusives will be really cool. But PlayStation always wins on exclusives too. And speaking of that, I'm super jealous because I've wanted to play that fucking Spider-Man game.
hmm
Oh my god, I played Spider-Man 2 on the GameCube years and years ago. It's the best fucking Spider-Man game ever. And then the new one came out for the PlayStation 4.
Mhm.
It looks so rad, man.
It
so
really
cool.
does.
And then with the PlayStation 5 reveal, they announced another new Spider-Man
Yeah.
game.
Miles Morris, I think.
Miles Morales, yeah.
Yeah.
The-
I've never seen. I haven't seen the movies after Tobey Maguire.
There you go.
I mean, sorry, I don't think of any other Spider-Man as less of a Spider-Man. It's just I haven't got around to watching the movies.
Dude, Spider-Man used to be my favorite superhero for my entire childhood, and then Iron Man got really cool.
Yeah, Thor used to be mine, but now I'm kind of leaning towards Hulk.
Yeah,
See,
Yeah, you
mine
like
was
the big
always
guys.
Batman
I had
and Thor.
a high
Batman
school
and Thor?
nickname.
Yeah.
fuck DC.
I just used to like Batman just because his voice made me laugh for some reason. Like,
What, you mean Christian Bale or just like the
Oh, the Christian Bale one's
cartoon type
hysterical.
shit?
yeah, Christian Bale. It used to just make me laugh so much, so that's whenever he became a favorite. And then Thor, I was like, damn, he hot.
Oh
So-
wow. Okay, so you was like the movie Thor. I was just like Thor in general as the like
Well,
You know,
also Thor
cartoon,
in general, but whenever I saw
comic
him,
book character.
whenever I saw,
that.
it wasn't Chris.
Chris Hemsworth.
It wasn't Chris.
Yeah, it
But
was.
yeah, he's the only one who's been
Because
Thor.
Liam was.
Liam. Okay, I was thinking about
I think
it. Was
he was
Chris.
in
Hemsworth.
Except for like the
wasn't he?
movies like in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was
Oh
like,
my
he looked
God.
good
Man,
in
that
movie.
Incredible Hulk, son of a bitch.
If you guys want to laugh really hard,
God.
look up the Captain America movie from like a couple decades ago.
Yeah, I think
He's
it
got
was
like a
50s one or
motorcycle
something.
helmet
Yeah.
on. A motorcycle
I've seen
helmet,
pictures of it.
and he's got the wings like painted on the
Yeah.
side of
And
the
he's
motor.
got those boots too.
Yeah.
They're like, oh god, it's funny.
It's hysterical. And the old Superman movies are actually kind of cool.
They're decent. Like if you're into old films and stuff, yeah, definitely watch them.
The best part is whenever he, spoiler alert, flies around.
The movie's been out 30 years.
Yeah.
but just
He-
in case you ain't seen it.
He literally reverses time
Yeah.
by flying around the Earth, like
And-
in reverse.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I like older special effects more than I do than now CGI. Like Avatar,
it's more entertaining.
that was great CGI. The Hobbit, that CGI was shit.
Oh man,
Every single Hobbit movie was shit.
don't shit on the Hobbit, dude.
I love the story. I love J.R.R. Tolkien's, whole realm and everything. I used to have the one ring until I lost it at my other job.
That's cool.
Dude, it was the coolest thing. I wore that thing. It was solid gold, not solid gold, but it was gold plated. I wish it was gold plated when I got it, but it was silver by the time I lost it. So I mean, I wore that thing forever.
The Hobbit is like my favorite book. That's probably my favorite story. You know, I don't know. If I have kids, I'm probably gonna read it to them. I don't
There's
know.
Nicholas Flamel series, and that's some bitch. Oh God, I read every single one of those books, and there's like 8 of them. It's like Harry Potter type shit. It's real cool.
So we've got a couple more things to talk about here. I have tattoos as a topic.
I have one tattoo.
What is it?
It's my shears.
Oh, cool. What are those for?
Cosmetology.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to cosmetology school 2017. It was a month after I graduated high school. I went to cosmetology school.
Nice.
So it was.
So it's like a little tattoo of some scissors or shears.
Yeah.
On like her wrist. It's kind of cool. It's very tiny.
It's got a little heart.
Oh, it's got a little heart.
Yeah, and one of the little finger lips is a heart.
Yeah.
I love
Very
it.
cool.
I've got 5 of them.
5. Okay.
I'll start with. I'll just go in chronological order.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, 16 years old. I got this son of a bitch. Looks like a fucking dick.
Is that like a stick and poke or like?
No, this is like on a tattoo machine, tattoo
it
gun.
Eddie?
Yeah, Eddie,
Yeah.
my mom's boyfriend. He's one of the coolest. He's a longtime family friend. My stepdad and my mom got separated after 14 years. Can I get
Yeah.
appreciate you. And
If the Rangers come around, you gotta hide it though.
yeah. I was, 16 at the time. He had a tattoo gun, and I was like, hey, would you mind giving me a tattoo? Because he's done it before. He's done some on himself and stuff. And he was like, if you can draw it, I can do it. Okay? So, I mean, he had no artistic skills, I'm assuming, because, hell, neither did I, really. But, and I'll get to what the tattoo actually is here in a second. But, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to come up with ideas. I was thinking my big thing was 2319. It was the code for humans in Monsters Inc. I don't know why. Don't ask me why.
2319.
For like my password for all my phones back in the day was 2319.
So you were a big Monsters
Yeah.
Inc. fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, I love Monsters Inc.
Monsters
But
University sucked.
It
Yes.
did. It really did.
Awful.
I mean, it was decent, but it was not great. I'll give it that.
All right.
But I was like holding up playing cards, trying to match where I wanted it, and I wanted it right here under my thumb, like on my hand, under my thumb type shit.
Yeah.
And so my mom comes up and she just draws this little doodle, and she's like, "All right, cool. My dad used to draw this when he was in high school. I used to draw it when I was in high school, and my mom used to draw it.
Yeah.
And I know what the symbol is. It's Kilroy. If any World War, I think it was 1 or it was 2, because Hitler got crazy about it.
Yeah.
Kilroy.
Yeah, Kilroy was here. This is not what it actually looks like.
I've been curious to know what that is.
My mom fucked it up. Okay, I'll show you what it actually looks like.
But like people would tag.
Actually, let me get a
it
picture.
everywhere.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that on the Instagram page.
Oh man, and I just said it looks like a dick.
Well, there is a little penis in it.
Yeah, like if you look at it that way, there's the balls
There's
in
a
it.
little
Yeah.
penis.
Most people, they ask me, what does that say? And I'm like, because it looks like a bunch of M's.
It doesn't look like it says anything.
Exactly. So I've never thought about it. But at the time, I knew what it was, and it left my mind that my mom drew it wrong. But I figured, fuck it. My mom drew it. It's the first tattoo I'm getting. I'm 16 years old. First mistake in life.
There will be many more to come.
Oh, definitely.
So it means Kilroy, or
Yeah, Kilroy was here. In World War II, there was troops that came over, and they decided to... Yeah, see, it looks a whole lot different.
I see.
And Hitler thought it was just one person. So
Yeah,
he was
I mean,
looking
people
for
came over
Kilroy.
and like spray painted, tagged
Gotcha.
up Kilroy's here. He found it in his private bathroom one day.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I think obviously
That
people,
made him sweat a little
Yeah,
bit.
people were just playing a joke on him, obviously, but he took it to heart. He thought Kilroy was a spy.
That reminds
decided
me,
to make a whole task force to find the dude.
When I worked at a door factory, I wrote down the name of the plant manager and I said, "This man likes men," and I and I put it in the bathroom.
Oh god.
Oh my.
So yeah, it was just a little joke. He was an asshole, but you go ahead.
But that was the first tattoo. It does mean a little bit to me because my mom drew it.
Yeah.
This is like the original design. That's straight
Yeah.
from the paper and all that.
That's pretty cool that your mom drew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this second one I got, I was 17 years old. Yeah, 17. I had gotten my first job at an auction house. I was the cashier / cook.
Okay.
I had saved up enough tips, and it was all in change. I shit you not, because I would get tips all the time. It was mostly in change and bills. So I saved up all my change. I worked 2 days a week, got $90 a week from this job.
Mhm.
For 6 months, I saved up pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. And I rolled all of it. I rolled every single penny of that. Went to the bank and was like, here, I'm trying to cash this, see how much it is. And they started unrolling all of it. Because they had a sorter for it, man. It took me 3 hours.
So you shouldn't have rolled it.
Hell no. I had $160 in change.
Oh my God, man.
This tattoo was $60 fucking.
That was it?
Yeah,
Yes.
because
For that?
Yeah.
I know.
Hold on. So explain what it is really quickly. This
Okay,
is.
I have always been into Asian themes.
Yeah.
And after I started growing long hair and flipping it back, I would wear a backwards baseball cap.
Mhm.
And my friend Christian, what's up, Christian? He said that I looked like the Honey Smacks frog. Can't say he's wrong, but since then it was like my frogs were my thing. So it was always the frog, El Rana.
Sorry, I killed one of your people.
Shit happens.
I've run over plenty. It's
Yeah,
okay.
it devastated me one day.
I
But
ran over
so I figured, why not mix the two, Asian frogs? And I found 7 of them.
Mhm.
And originally, 17 years old, I planned on getting all 7 of them somewhere at one point in time.
Yeah.
I only got one for right then, and it was this one. My tattoo artist at the time, he had promised to give me a tattoo at the shop he was working at, but he was looking for another job. The place he was working for found out that he was working there, or that he was looking for another job, and fired him. So
Damn.
I had to wait 3 weeks, and then it got moved back even more, so he decided to give it to me for free. And I was like, nah, man, I can't do
Fuck.
that. So I just pulled out something in my wallet and gave it to him. Happened to be $60. So, I mean, I could have got it for free.
Yeah.
But
It's nice that you
I
did
couldn't
that.
have done
Yeah.
that. I couldn't have just been like,
Oh,
yeah.
My money is so precious to me. If someone offered something for free, like, I hate to say it, but I would just take it.
And
I
that
just
$20
figured
tip.
he put all this work into it. I have to give him something.
There you
I mean,
go.
I really
That's
appreciate
a nice
it.
tattoo also,
yeah.
man. I'm going to
And-
have to get a picture of that one, too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
He's
but-
done. He's done all of my tattoos except this one for right now. I just wanted him to complete the set basically because
Right.
he done this one, so he's got to get the one on the other arm, and I've got one on my chest.
Oh, shit. Oh, don't get naked, okay?
I'm okay
That's
with
cool,
that.
too,
It
man. I
was.
didn't even know you had that.
Yeah,
Oh, and the smoke around it.
Yeah.
Sick. That's
He-
cool.
I
Hell
love
yeah.
how it's
That's neat.
still
his
there.
favorite part was the cigar,
That's neat.
but he done that one, so I got to get one on the other side of my chest, and he's gonna eventually do that one, and then
The
I'll
other
be
one looks
free
cool, too.
to
It's
get a different artist to do different things. Which I mean, I could get somebody to do something else. I just don't want him to finish his work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got
That
those,
Asian frog, you
and
got
then-
on the other arm, you got this Asian frog.
Yeah, that's
I've always
my
been
newest
curious
one.
about those, man. I always thought they looked so cool.
Hell yeah, this is my newest one. I got that back in December when
And
I went
look
home
at the
for Christmas.
difference.
Yeah, this
He
is
did both of
2
those.
years of difference.
He improved.
Fuck yeah.
But that one's still really
much.
good, too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love it. And this one I got right 3 days before I came up to Tennessee.
This one is a coffin with a
Yeah.
upside down cross.
And it says Memento Mori. Means
Okay.
remember death.
Yeah.
And I wanted something else to go on my thumb. I thought it was going to be he couldn't do it that small. But I wanted something else to go on the other side to symmetrical shit with
Yeah.
my thumbs. But it ended up being on the side of my hand, and I plan on getting something on the other side of my hand.
Getting
Shit,
tattoos
he's
on your
gotta do
hand,
that.
man, I couldn't do that. It makes it hard to get an office job.
Yeah, but I don't really want an office
Yeah,
job.
Our
I feel
friend
I mean,
has,
my
like-
welding teacher, he had tattoos head to fucking toe,
Mhm.
fingers and everything. So I'm not worried.
There you go.
Our friend has a giant.
Oh yeah, he's got
I think
some
it's stupid
hand
tattoo.
that people discriminate against people with tattoos like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Tattoos
there's nothing
are
wrong.
cool.
Yeah, tattoos are neat.
It's very individualistic.
Yeah. You get something that's like personal to you. I mean, and
And even if it's not, even if it doesn't have like meaning, and you're like, oh, I think this is cool.
I mean, it's still
Like,
on your body.
yeah.
Now it means something to you anyway.
Yeah, like even if you just think something's cool, you can get it done. I hate when people are like, oh, what's the meaning behind your tattoo?
Yeah, it's like, I
don't,
thought it was cool.
I don't need a secret meaning. Like,
Did
my
you have more to
mother
say about
just-
that?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really have stories with them, because, I mean, I thought this was cool.
You did on
I
that
like
other one
Asian
there.
stuff.
Yeah.
This was my first one. That's the only one I really have a story about. This one
It's
is
sweet
just
that your
like,
mom drew that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I do plan on getting, the traditional mom in a heart, type thing, because I always joked about it.
On the upper arm up
I
here.
was really thinking about that, but
Well,
it might be somewhere else.
It's like the fish from SpongeBob that guards the
Hell
salty
yeah.
spittoon.
Fuck yeah.
makes it say wow with an upside. No,
I'm so fire.
do an upside down heart and just wow.
But
I honestly.
If
might
you
do
got it
wow.
upside down, that would be hilarious.
I think I'm gonna do that.
wow.
That would be funny. It's
I'm gonna
ironic.
do
Friend,
that.
he's got a tattoo on his ass that says "You're cute."
Oh my God, was that a lost bet?
No, I think
Free will just got it done.
Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure someone famous has it, and he decided. I don't think that was the reason behind him getting it, but I'm pretty sure somebody else does.
You know what my favorite tattoo ever is?
Hmm.
You know Steve-O from Jackass?
Yes,
His
I love
portrait?
Steve-O.
On his back.
Yes.
Oh man,
On his fucking
He's-
back.
okay.
It's his whole face, and he's smiling, and it says, "I'm pretty great."
hell yes, and it's got a signature.
I love him.
I've looked up a lot of stuff on Steve-O. I've seen a bunch of his YouTube videos.
I like Steve-O.
Hell yeah, he's really cool. The only tattoo he ever regretted in his life.
Oh my gosh,
It was
messed
right
up.
here on his arm, and he was, he's wasted as hell, and he thinks it's a good idea. He's like,
He
you
thought
know
it was
what?
funny.
I'm never having kids. He's like, fuck kids,
Yeah?
and
I know a lot of people like that.
he gets this dude fucking a baby
Oh, God.
on his arm.
On his arm.
Oh, Steve-O.
As soon as he sobered up,
I didn't even know about
he-
this.
He walked out of the room. Yeah, he does
As
not want it to
soon
be.
Did he,
as,
got
like,
it,
known
did he get it
Yeah.
covered up?
Eventually, I'll get to that story too, because he covered it up for the rest of filming. I think he was in like India or Paris, something like that. They were filming a movie at the time, but throughout the movie, you can see his arm is covered up right
Shit.
there.
Yeah, that's a bad tattoo.
He
Yeah.
a couple years later, he decides it's a good idea to lay down in rocket fuel and light it on fire.
Nice.
Got third-degree burns all over his body and all that, but it burnt up half of that tattoo. It burnt the bottom half of the man, so it burnt the baby off too.
Shit.
And he just decided to get an ostrich covering it up.
Okay.
The
So,
ostrich
it was
body,
like
though,
yeah.
wasn't it still the man's?
Yeah, it was the man. It was like a centaur ostrich.
It's kind of cool. I do like
Yeah,
it.
I think he's got it riding a rocket now or something to go with the scar from
Man.
the rocket
See,
fuel.
that's the thing is, like, I never try to spend money when I get drunk. You know?
Yeah.
Because then stuff like that happens.
That's why most places don't even take you when you're inebriated.
But it was Steve-O.
That's
so.
a. But he's a famous
and
guy.
it was overseas.
Hey, maybe we'll have him on one day.
Maybe, Steve-O, if you're listening, come on now. I love your videos.
Oh,
I
dude.
am subscribed.
I'm so excited, like, because there's so many, like, networks and agencies
Oh yeah,
that do podcasts, man. I don't know, man, but I hope this goes somewhere. I
I'm
really
sure
do.
it will. Honestly, if you have me on here a lot more, I'm sure it'll be a lot quicker.
I would like to have you on again, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I'd love to be on again, man.
He's sitting
This
here
is
like,
great. I
"Someone should
love
have me on
being the
here."
center.
Yeah, with the hair flip.
Great attention,
With the
basically.
hair flip, you got to do the hair flip too.
I don't have any tattoos, but I know what I want if I get one.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone here.
See, I have piercings.
Yeah,
I have
piercings
way
are
more
cool.
piercings than tattoos.
Oh man, I had an ex-girlfriend that had those nipples pierced.
She does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the weirdest thing about this, right? I go back home for Christmas.
Oh my god.
Somehow, my mom and her got talking about that she's got her nipples pierced, and my mom comes out of her room with some nipple jewelry.
Oh,
and
nice.
gives it to her.
There you go.
Okay, here's the weird part. There's chains attaching these nipple
And they're
things.
handcuffs.
Yeah, they look like handcuffs. And she looks dead at her and goes, "You know what these are for, right?" My mother, right in front of me
Jesus,
too,
man.
and I'm like, "Son,
Yeah,
my grandma,
Oh my
listen to this
God.
shit."
That's a little much.
I'm going home for
I'd warn
Christmas,
'em.
and I'm staying with my grandma. Okay, I'm staying at my grandma's house. They got a spare room in there, so me and her are staying there. My grandma comes back there. Me and Zoe sitting on the bed.
You were
and,
kissing me when she walked back, and
Hot-
that's why she's sick.
Like not making out or nothing,
Yeah, he-
just little love taps and whatnot.
There you go.
Love pecks. And she comes back there and she's like, "So, have y'all done anything in this room
Oh
yet?"
my god.
And mind you, this has been my grandma's house since I was fucking born. So I've grown up in this house. Went over there every other weekend. And I was like, no, why? What?
I was
She's
just
like,
sitting on the bed like I couldn't say anything.
this
Ouch.
blew me away. She goes, why are you not do you not feel comfortable in the house?
That's kind of epic, though.
I mean,
I got caught
props
fucking
to
one
Granny, but some bitch, man.
No,
Why
but
you
she
worried
was like,
about
"Aw,
your grandson
damn."
getting it?
Who was it that she had a bet with? She was like, oh damn, I had a bet with.
Probably Sandy.
Yeah,
her
she was like,
sister.
I had a bet with Sandy
My
on
aunt.
if you did or not.
Oh my god.
And I was
God
like,
almighty.
what? Because she said, now you know they're gonna be having sex in that back room. Because she was just freaked out. She
Yeah,
very religious woman.
Yeah.
You know.
but she's loosened up in her old years.
There you go.
Yeah.
So do you want to keep going for an hour? 'Cause that-
Well, we're at an hour right now. But I mean, it's you're the one who's got to go to work today.
Oh, dude, I'm fine to keep going for. It's 12:30.
Well-
I leave in an hour, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
All
it's
right,
it's
I'm
about
2
12:30
minutes.
right now.
All I got to do is change.
We got a little
shit.
more, just a little bit. The
Yeah.
last thing on the list is Walmart/bad jobs.
Oh God.
So we can talk about
Alright.
that, and
I'm
then
gonna be careful who I tell we got a podcast going on.
well, Walmart's not like a bad job.
No, the
There's some
Walmart
annoying
itself,
stuff about it.
It's just the people up there and the things you got to deal with.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
just rude customers too.
Let's
like
try
people
not to
that
talk
come
shit
in.
on our
People you gotta deal
coworkers.
Yeah. Nah, Walmart itself it's a great job. Like all I gotta do all day is, I mean, it's more manual labor than your normal job.
I guess so. I
You
mean,
gotta
Yeah.
carry boxes. I mean, especially if you're in chemicals or something like that.
Yeah.
Dog pets. You do have to lift things. You gotta open up things. You gotta pull shit all throughout the store. You gotta walk. You are on your feet all day. It's not.
Did they give you a real box cutter, or do you have one
No,
of the shitty ones?
They didn't even give me a box cutter.
Yeah, he
You don't
uses
have
his
one?
knife.
No, like when
Oh,
I came
yeah,
in
yeah.
since of all this COVID stuff, I'm temporary.
I'm temporary too.
Well, did you get training? Like any kind of training on the
No.
computer? Okay, they didn't give me any training. They didn't give me a box cutter.
They at least gave me a box cutter.
No
I've been-
training and no box cutter.
But it's like a
sucks.
plastic one that's like a letter opener, really.
Yeah.
Instead of a real knife.
Honestly, just the thing that gets me is the little things people do to be inconsiderate.
The customers?
The customers and the employees.
Yeah, sometimes the managers are a little.
The managers and the people you work with, like I'm not calling anybody out or anything, but there's certain things that people do that aggravate me. Like if you
Yeah.
know there needs
that's
to
fair.
be a bale made, which is whenever the cardboard we gotta crush cardboard whenever it gets so full. You gotta get rid of trash.
I only just learned how to make a bale last night.
Really?
Yep.
Hell yeah! I learned my first week because of Thomas. Thanks to him.
Okay.
He's a real cool dude.
Yeah, he's kind of a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Spencer. I wish he didn't quit or get fired.
I seen him the other day. He came in.
I heard that he
He
quit,
quit.
and then I heard that he got fired.
He never came back in, so technically he was fired.
That sucks.
But-
Spencer, if you ever listen, man, we love you. Miss you.
Yep, you cool, bro. Like if you know there needs to be a bale made, and you know how to make it, and you got people to make it, fucking make the thing.
Yeah.
I understand if it's damn 10:56 and you're about to clock out at 11. Okay, that's cool.
Get you a
Leave
few
it.
extra minutes.
That's
Well,
yeah,
or
I
even
mean,
even just
either
do that.
or.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm fine if you want to leave then, but I mean if it's 3 o'clock, there needs to be a bale made, and you just leave your cardboard there.
Well, I did that for a long time because I didn't know how to make the bale.
Yeah, I guess that's different. I guess that's
I understand
different.
if it's a new person, they don't know how to do things, and
And
all
I'm
that.
still iffy on like where to put the buttons and stuff on that, and then like how to.
See, that's why I don't do that part by myself. I can do everything
get the
else
wires
but the
through
button.
and
Yeah,
all
I
that,
can
yeah.
do the wires. I can, if you need the thing, on the pallet, I can do that.
I don't know how
I
to.
don't know the computer shit either.
I don't know how to leave the press down while you're trying to make it. That's the part that I don't really know yet. Still, I know how to make the bale like physically, but
You just there's a little thing on the side. It kind of looks like a turn wheel.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how you open it,
that's right. Yeah. So
and it stays down automatically.
anyone who's ever worked at Walmart, listening to this podcast, probably knows what we're talking about. I
Yeah.
don't know, but every
Um,
baler is different. So
Yeah, because they got a different one in GM receiving. and
yeah,
it's-
we have
it's
two
weird.
different ones, and they
That
work
when you
differently.
gotta pull the handle and then pull down, it's weird. Especially for a short person. Come on now, I'm pulling down anyways.
Have you ever had any like actually bad jobs?
I wouldn't actually.
Yup.
I mean, the job itself is never bad. It's just the shit I gotta deal with and the people I gotta deal with that are bad.
Word, yeah, I get that.
I worked. My first job was the auction job. You know, there were some assholes that came in there, and Ray Wumble. Oh shit, last name.
Uh-oh.
I mean, if you
Bleep.
shit, bleep. Ray, he was an asshole. He would come look for you if there was trash next to him that he needed you to pick up. Like it was terrible. But that was, you know, my first job, so it wasn't too shit. My second job I got when I moved up here and was going to college. It was at a 7-Eleven, a Tiger Market in Hermitage. Man, that some bitch. The people I met in that place and the cocaine addiction I drawed from that place.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, I wouldn't. It was not an addiction, but I did cut myself off. Thankfully.
There you go.
I knew my
Yeah,
limits.
addiction's fucking crazy. I think I'm addicted to booze right now. So
Yeah,
Just
everybody
right
has
now.
their thing. As
It's-
long as you know your limits and know when to stop yourself.
I think that's
and
what I'm working on.
No.
I can never stop drinking. I'm just like that. But
As long as it's not a problem for me and I'm not spending every dollar, I'm good.
Yeah.
it's drinking has caused me too many problems in the
Maybe
last
that
couple
sore
years.
spot.
Yeah, it might have caused
Um,
that too. Really.
But that job, the people made that suck. And then my next job was at a shipyard welding at Arcosa. That was a very physically demanding job.
You'd be in pain like all the time. Every
Oh,
day
yeah.
when he
I
would
mean,
You're just
come.
sore. Or?
I'm 20 years old and my joints are cracking, everything's popping and
Jesus.
stuff. Like,
My knees pop real loud.
My knees are terrible. My feet, they get so swole up and just painful all the time. My toes hurt. I actually, when I was working there, since I was welding so much with a MIG welder, it's basically you just pull the trigger and do it. I actually developed trigger finger in like 3 different fingers.
What does that mean?
When I'd wake up in the morning, it was tough to
Yeah, like
open
his
and
fingers would
close.
almost
Like they
lock
would,
up.
yeah, they'd lock up like this.
Wow.
And you know, I'd
And
open them
he
up,
would have
and
to,
then
like-
I'd go to close them again, and go to open them, and they'd stay there.
So really,
Like-
your job was bad because of like the physical.
Yeah, physically
Yeah.
demanding, and the things you gotta just to get started in the day is an hour and a half to sometimes even 3 hours.
Mm.
Because you got to find your machine, you got to find a fan, you got to find an electrical cord, you got to plug everything up, you got to make sure everything's working, you got to make sure.
That's good time wasting too, though.
Yeah, it is great time wasting. One day, I clocked in at. You clock in at 1:30, you leave about. At the time, it was 4:30 to 3:30.
Damn, man, in the morning.
Yeah, 3 in the morning
Fuck,
is when
dude.
you get off.
I've never had a job like
Um,
that. Oh, getting off at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, getting
That's
off at
probably
3.
a different story.
Yeah, it wasn't. Hell, I went home, ate, and went to bed.
Yeah.
He talked to my mom every single
Oh,
morning.
every morning, because she was always up. She gets up early in the morning.
What's up, Mom?
But
Well, my mom
Word
misses her
up.
little talks with Andy in the morning.
Aw.
She
Yeah,
said
yeah, she's
it.
like, I'm gonna need you to wake up so we can talk again.
That's so sweet.
'Cause,
My
I mean, we
mom
just talk about
loves
everything.
him. I swear she
But,
loves him more than me sometimes.
It was very physical. It was a bunch of bullshit you had to put up with, and the people there were just as idiotic because it was mainly just a bunch of rednecks and not to be racist or anything because
oh God, here
I'm
we
fucking
go.
racist, but there were a lot of Hispanic people there.
Okay.
I mean, it was mainly Hispanic people that worked there and white people. There, my supervisor, Brian Norris, whitest name, he was black, and he was, dude, he was the coolest dude there.
He would always come home and tell me
Um,
about Brian. I'm like, oh, okay.
and then now I'm working at Walmart, and that's the only jobs I've ever had.
Oh yeah.
And I've just talked about Walmart, so you know how it's like.
Yeah. What about you, Zoe?
I
Got any
had
bad jobs?
one job, and I wasn't working there for that long because I went from high school straight to cosmetology school. My parents didn't want me to have a job in between that because I was already so stressed out, and the hours were weird with cosmetology school.
My parents would kill me if I didn't have a job.
I tried to get a job, and my parents were like, no, you just need to stay home. Like,
Wow.
I wish they would have let me get a job now because I would have had more experience. But
So we have the opposite issue.
Yeah.
I am forced to have a job. Nah, but I like, it is what it is.
But I was in a salon for a little bit, and I got in the salon a little while after I graduated cosmetology school. And then,
She had just got fired.
yeah, like 2 days later, I met him, and then it just kind of became about him,
But they
getting him to school and back, and then he takes
because
my car.
I did not have a reliable way to school if it was not for
And
her.
the one time,
Right.
the one Friday that I was not there, he was late.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean that when I say the only reliable way to school was her, I'm not shitting you.
No, because
Damn, man.
Everybody was, and I was already failing. I had failed 2 mods, about to fail 3, and if you fail 3, you get kicked out of the school.
Well,
so,
one
I
of them
mean,
wasn't your
shit.
fault.
Yeah, it was completely terrible. Yeah, I had a week long where I didn't show up to school because I was having an allergic reaction to the
He
laundry
had
detergent.
welts all over
I mean,
his
that's
entire body.
Hives,
Man,
head
that's
to
not even
toe,
your fault, dude.
Exactly, and I brought notes for every day, and they didn't even excuse it. So I
They
still
excused
still
one of the
failed that
days.
class.
This is for your
But-
welding classes? Or?
Yeah, welding. But you know, like I said, Lincoln was shit. It's a little better now, but still, it was shit in the beginning.
Mhm.
But yeah, they had hired so many people at once, and they couldn't afford to pay everybody. And she was the newest hire, so it was
Oh,
obvious to
man.
make the choice there.
And you know, I was kind of like, you know what, I get that, I understand that. And I was kind of just an apprentice at the time,
Mhm.
so I had only gotten to do like one haircut and some color.
Are you good at it?
Oh yeah,
she's great.
You want to cut my hair?
sure.
That sounds fun.
I just cut my brother's. I just trimmed his.
So
My parents make me cut theirs.
are
Oh
all
Lord.
fucking week giving
Okay.
you blue balls and
I
stuff.
didn't get to talk about my bad job.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Asshole.
Shit, it's like the first episode all over again. No food, no video games.
Oh,
nothing.
yeah. Well, we fucked around and didn't talk about something in the first episode, but I'm going to have those boys back on another time and we'll talk about it.
Heck yeah, then I'll be sure to listen. Maybe be a part of it.
Anyway, I've had, like, a lot of jobs, actually. I
Really?
guess kind of. I worked at a Radio Shack. I worked at Radio Shack here.
Mhm.
That job wasn't bad. My uncle worked there when he was a teenager in high school and stuff. I started working there. That was my first job. Old
How old
man.
were you?
Well, I probably started working there when I was like 16
Okay.
until I graduated. So a good couple, maybe 3 years there. And then I came back for a winter and a summer, and I haven't worked there since, but they still love me there.
Oh yeah.
That was a fun job. That wasn't bad at all.
Mhm.
Sometimes it was bad because, like, my boss, he was a Vietnam vet.
Mhm.
He really was like a pencil pusher, but he still says that he saw some combat.
Yeah.
I believe it though. You know, I don't think
My
he's a
grandpa was
bullshitter.
paratrooper.
But so that job was okay. I really liked it. It really, I mean, like, it was everything I loved.
Mhm.
I got to start their Facebook page.
Hell yeah.
I really like helping old women figure out how to use their cell phones.
Yeah.
And
Lady paid me
and,
$1
and the
the other
funnest
day.
part was whenever the black guys would come in for their stereo systems.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I got a system in my truck,
Mhm.
and it's loud and it's fucking cool. It's not the loudest. I got those speakers for like cheap, but
Hell,
so
I
that
pulled
that
up
job was nice. And then wait, what?
I pulled up next to you one day when we was leaving the other day. I didn't know if you could hear my music or not, but I turned it up. You had
Oh,
your window down.
I
and
always try to
everything.
stunt when I leave Walmart.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what-
I'll turn that bitch up to 25, get the bass jumping and everything.
I
Put,
put
on my
that
Lil
bitch on
Wayne.
40. Come on,
Oh,
what are
man.
you thinking?
Hey,
Mine
mine
only-
only
I'm
ours
trying to
goes
get
up
pulled over.
45.
It goes to 45, but after 25, there's no difference.
Well,
Like it has those numbers for no
My
reason.
old car.
the gain
I swear
gets
they
too
had a
high and it
system.
starts to.
I
instead
swear
of-
there was a system in my old car.
Her old car was a drug dealer's car. I am
It had to
I'm
run.
not kidding. It
The
had
windows were
200,000 miles
tinted.
on it. It was a tinted
No,
lime
it didn't.
green.
It had 150,000 when I got it.
150,000. It was what, a 2016?
Oh, that's not
No,
bad.
It was a 2009.
Oh.
I rocked this shit from
It was
2000.
Hell yeah, I had a 96 Corolla when I moved up here.
Fuck
It was
yeah.
a Camry hybrid. I loved that thing. Oh my gosh, I loved it. And
I don't
the
want to ever
bass
get rid of
in
that
it
truck,
was-
but the reality is one day it's gonna have to happen, which is
One
really
day. Yeah.
sad.
See, I love S10s because they're small. And
Well,
so am I.
I wish
So-
I wish I would.
I mean, I am not gonna be driving no fucking F250.
I
Do you
want an
see me?
F250.
I'm 5'1",
it would seem
No.
like you're compensating for
Exactly.
your height.
and I don't need to compensate for shit. I love who I am,
There you go. Hey man, rock and roll.
that was cute.
especially because I don't.
That's what it's
I
all
know
about.
I don't need to compensate.
Oh my
Oh hell, man.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
God.
But
Oh.
Rest of my
Vertically
jobs,
challenged,
let's see.
horizontally gifted.
I worked at a Chick-fil-A when I first started college. I worked at the Chick-fil-A on campus. That wasn't a bad job. It was annoying. I met my plug there.
Hell yeah.
It was on campus though, so was it just like
College people?
Oh, it would
come
get
by?
crazy at dinner time. Yeah.
Was
Just
it just
that
college
side.
people?
It
Though?
was
okay.
just really unless
I was
it
about to say if you get them old women.
Unless you get
well
family
unless it
visits
was
and
like
stuff.
unless it was a football day like a
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Then you'd have
Right.
regular families occasionally, but we
Damn.
only had like a reduced menu because it was on a campus,
Yeah.
so it wasn't a bad job. And then I worked at a place, the Door Factory. I mentioned it earlier.
Mhm.
My dad works there. He's the maintenance guy there, and he helped me get hired there. Kinda, I guess. I went through a temp agency,
Yeah.
and so I worked there for a couple summers. That job probably. I really hated going to it every day, but as I look back on it, it was kind of rad because the
Yeah.
people were there.
Oh yeah.
The cool there
People
were-
are what make jobs great.
Yeah, it was a cool place. It was just the hard part was the schedule.
Yeah.
Get up early, can't really stay up late,
Yeah.
and it
I
was like
always hated
summer,
that.
and I'm like in my I'm 19 and 20.
And you're
Exactly.
like, dude, I want to
Come
go
on
do
now.
something.
Yeah, I didn't do a damn thing in college because I never had time. It
Yeah.
was 10, or it was 2 to 9, and then I had work from 10 to 6.
Right.
So, I mean, it sucked. I had a couple hours to sleep and then make sure I got to school on time and got to work on time.
That's
That
right.
And
was
like
it.
I would have to. I
really
would come over.
I mean,
and I'd just be in the bedroom. It'd just be
chilling
me and
by
Tyler.
yourself.
Growing up sucks.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm still growing
it sucks
up.
ass.
the older you get, the more you realize the less time you have. And,
Everybody listening, I'm sure y'all still growing up. If you're not, then you don't know how to live.
well, I expect this podcast to have a pretty good range of.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, even if you're 56, you still got life to live.
I don't expect any
on.
56-year-olds to like.
I
this,
don't
but-
either, but still.
Hello,
If
all
you
of
out
my
there-
82-year-olds.
Hey,
Bro.
no, if you're 82 and you're rocking this podcast, send me a DM. We'll get you a T-shirt.
yeah.
I'm not even
We'll-
selling T-shirts.
we'll get
Maybe
some
one day I
merch.
will.
We will make you one
Personally made for you.
handmade.
Put it on the gram and all that.
I'll tie-dye you some shit.
Speaking of, we'll do shout-outs later.
Oh, yeah, we got to finish up here soon.
Okay.
So Radio Shack, Chick-fil-A, Door Factory, and then so at school, then I quit Chick-fil-A and I started working at this digital lab, where we took really high-quality images of like stuff from the library's collection.
Yeah.
And we would have jobs that we'd have to do, and it'd be like, we have these big file folders of shit, and we used to just scan them, and then we got a new boss, and he was much better than the old boss, and he started letting us use these like 50 megapixel fucking cameras.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, and the pictures looked so much better, and he knows how to use all the
Mhm.
programs, and he actually codes.
So you were like cataloging a library, basically?
Pretty much, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool, that was a sick ass job.
Did you read anymore when you worked there?
Did I read? No.
Yeah.
I told people I was a fucking librarian, but that wasn't true.
I was
Close
a
enough.
librarian.
Shit.
I
You deal
took-
with the books all day.
I took pretty pictures of old shit and put it on the internet for our databases and stuff. And
Yeah.
that was that's probably my favorite job that I've ever had.
Yeah, sounds
It seems
pretty
like it'd be
cool.
like a chill.
Oh yeah, real
job,
chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I go back to the university, I hope I get to work there again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hope I get to go back to the university.
Yeah.
Money and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then this summer, when I had to withdraw from the university, unfortunately, I started working at this place called BH Electronics.
Uh-huh.
That is probably the shittiest job I ever had.
Uh-huh.
Because all you do is you walk back and forth and you measure out a length of wire and you cut it. And
Oh, wow.
there's different kinds of wires, and it was bullshit, and everybody was upset there because it's a shitty job, and the management sucked, and it was just a terrible, terrible
Yeah,
company.
It
And then,
sucks for the
Every day.
people around you.
Hate their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
'Cause
every-
then everything is just doom and gloom.
It's like just act like you like it. Just pretend like you do. It'll make things better.
That's
Yeah.
what I always try
Instead
to
of just like being there like,
well,
That's what I had to do in school.
yeah,
You know,
same thing.
That's what you do in life, really, just to get by.
So that was a shitty ass job. It was not very fun. But then we all got laid off because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
And I applied for Kroger, and now I work at Walmart. And Walmart, like I said, it's not that bad. So I don't think I've had any jobs that I just like hated. And we're all young, and
Oh yeah.
we're,
Still
we,
got life to
we've
live.
not been stuck anywhere for too long.
No.
All of my jobs probably I've worked at for, at most, was Radio Shack because I was in high school. But
At most was my first job. I think it was because I was 17 when I started. It was when I went to college when I left, so it was after graduation.
right.
yeah.
So maybe like a year and a half, 2 years was the longest.
So I think I'm gonna make it a tradition on this podcast to actually take the selfie with the guests
Hell yeah.
on the air.
Okay.
All right, because it was kind of fun last time.
I can't be blue balling these people. I gotta tell them about my brother
So,
though.
You need to get the shit out of the way. Yeah, we got stuff that I don't really want in the picture. So
Here,
just
I'm gonna
like,
get over here.
that's okay. Like I got all kinds of shit. Yeah. Great.
Aw.
Cool picture. And y'all can give me your Instagrams after we go off the air, and
All right.
I'll tag y'all in. All right, so yeah, little microphone issue right at the end.
Right at the end.
So yeah, we're gonna say goodbye one more time. We already said goodbye, but now we're gonna get it for real.
Take 2.
Bye.
I'll see you guys later. It's been Andy. I'll be on again, I'm sure.
Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, all that great stuff that we just said is gone. So hey, it's just a little technical hiccup. All right, this has been the Slackers podcast. This is the second recorded episode. Shout out to Four Loko. Please, please sponsor our podcast and make us rich. All right. Yeah, it's been great. We're going to try to share this around. We're going to try to get people to listen. We love you all so very, very much and can't wait to see you next time. All right. Have a great day. You're beautiful.